Hello and good morning. It's Phil Thatch on, I think, December the 27th of 2020 at about 25 degrees. And Heather and I are here at Bald River Falls in the Cherokee National Forest, pretty close to Tellico Plains, Tennessee. And it wasn't snowing when we left home an hour and 45 minutes ago, and it hasn't snowed here this morning. But it has definitely snowed in the last 2 or 3 days, and it is absolutely beautiful here. I've left Heather in the kind of the spot where we might make our photograph. This is a bridge that goes over Bald River, and you are not going to believe this. There's Miss Heather, and look at this waterfall. That's a 90-footer. Bald River flows down, goes over this waterfall, and then it comes over here and it flows into, this is the Tellico River right here. But anyway, Heather and I are both using Z50s today. Only thing I've brought is my Z50 and the 2-lens kit. I'm vlogging with the Z50, and we're going to make some photographs of Bald River Falls and maybe some other stuff. Heather is using the Tamron 10 to 24 ultra wide on her Z50, and I'm using the 16 to 50 kit lens. And the funny thing is, I forgot my adapter. My circular polarizer is a 77 millimeter, and I forgot my adapter. But Heather has one that fits the lens without an adapter, so I'm using her polarizer, and she's using my 77 on her Tamron, and it's soaking wet right now, so it'll need to be wiped off. And I'm having trouble with my lens fogging up. I've got a hot pocket.
Hot hands.
A hot hand, yes, that I've used to warm it up. But in the few minutes I've made this clip, it's already starting to fog up. Well, as it turns out, I was not happy with a single one of my Bald River Falls photos, but that's okay because Heather was there to pull up the slack, and here is the first of 2 Bald River Falls photos that Heather has chosen to share. Both of these were made with her 10 to 24. The first one was pretty tight, and this one is pretty wide at 13 millimeters. This one's a little bit later, and there's just a little bit of color poking into the sky in the top. This is my favorite Bald River Falls photo of the day. Well, we are making pictures. I've been using this hot pocket, and it's cured my fogging up problem. I think Heather might need one. She's struggling now. I don't know how long we're going to stay right here. As we drove in on the river road that goes along the Tellico River, this is Bald River, that's Tellico River, there was 100 spots that were absolutely beautiful, and we may have to go check some of those out. The sun is starting to rise over there. I took one picture looking down the road with the Bald River sign where I started this video, and you could see the sun on the mountain in the background. We're still completely in shade here, and by the way, we got here about 5 minutes after sunrise. I was incorrectly thinking I already had a decent Bald River Falls shot in the bag and decided to make some other compositions of the area while Heather continued to work, but I should have continued to work as well. Now we've come up to the Baby Falls day use area, and which is nice because it has a restroom, and you have to hike down the road just a little ways to get to Baby Falls, and I'm going to head down there and make a photograph of it. Heather's going to wait in the car. This has got some climbing involved, which is not her thing. I did manage to get a couple of photographs of Baby Falls from here on the side of the Tellico River. Beautiful spot. This is the same spot where I came up and made some photographs of my friend Kobe and his brother kayaking off this, and I'll put a link to that above. So here is my photograph of Baby Falls, and this is pretty similar to the composition that I got last time I came here and photographed Baby Falls, and strangely last time I didn't photograph Bald River Falls at all. Maybe I'm just not meant to photograph that falls, but I do like this composition. Well, we had started to kind of head out of here. We were looking for other things to photograph along the river road, and maybe a half a mile down the road from Bald River Falls as we were driving along, a red-tailed hawk who had a squirrel in its talons flew up and landed on the other side of the river. So I stopped, and once again I had my D500 with the 200 to 500 on it in the back of the car just in case, and I managed to get kind of slightly obstructed, but I think an okay shot of the red-tailed hawk with a squirrel in its talons in a snowy tree. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. Take a look at this. It's never a bad idea to bring a wildlife lens along, even if it's not your best one. You know, I don't ever bring my 500 f4 unless I'm planning to do wildlife, but the 200 to 500 does very well, and I was super happy to get this shot. We found another little pull-off, and it's got a bridge, and we stopped here and made some photos from the bridge at this small tributary. I don't know what its name is. It's a beautiful little creek though that runs down into the Tellico River. Here is Heather's photograph of the beautiful little creek. It was really nice to see the small spills here and there and all the beautiful snow, and she did a really nice job of capturing it. I came down here under the bridge and made a shot of the creek right over there. I think it came out pretty cool. I tried several compositions there from below the bridge, and I'm going to share my two favorite ones with you. This one is at 16 millimeters, and I like the right hand side of this one, and this one's a little closer at 22.5 millimeters, and on this one I like the left side of the shot better. So tell me which one you like. We came onto the Cherohala Skyway, which is a beautiful winding mountain road. It runs from Tellico Plains, Tennessee to Robbinsville, North Carolina, and it runs parallel to the river road. And we came up on here into the higher elevations, and we stayed on it until we got to the first overlook here, which is called Turkey Creek. And there's a beautiful vista over here, but I don't think it'd be very photogenic, so we're going to head on back down the mountain without making a picture. We took the side road that goes to a place called Indian Boundary, and as we were driving down the road, I thought this spot right here was absolutely beautiful, so I stopped and made a quick photo. I'm not sure, I may do it in a single shot, plus I did some other exposure, so it may be an HDR. All my photos today have been with the 16 to 50 kit lens and a circular polarizer. This may be my favorite photograph of mine of the entire day, and there's no waterfalls in it, and it was waterfalls that we went to see. You know, the snow was a surprise. We did not know that it had snowed there in the mountains until we got there, but it was a pleasant surprise. And here's another pleasant surprise. When we got back down into Tellico, we were going to go eat lunch, but I spotted this, I think it's a Cooper's hawk on the side of the road, and so I turned around and got the 200 to 500 out and got my second bonus wildlife photograph of the day. Well, we have had ourselves a morning, and now it's about lunchtime, and we've come down to Tellico Plains, and we're going to eat at the Telly Cafe, which is the place I used to eat when I came here with the Scenic City Miata Club many times, many years ago. And we appreciate you watching. Hope you liked the content. If you did, give us a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the bell if you want to see some more. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Did I put my hand in your face again?
No, I think I.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.